What's up everybody, Pinche Ben here from the Cast&Blast crew, and today I'm going to be showing you how I prepare my dove for some delicious snacks. Now, let me start off by saying I am not a chef. I'm just a meat hunter who likes to harvest his kills and bring home meat so I can make some delicious food for my family. I am not a chef. I do not claim to have all the sauce, all the secrets, and all the recipes. I'm just sharing with you guys what works for me. So today I'm going to be preparing some dove breasts, and I'm going to just show you how I take those breasts, take the meat off the bone, and prepare that in some type of marinade so that I can start my meal. We'll see how it goes.
So have you ever heard the saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat? Well, there's more than one way to do this, and I'm just going to show you a couple of ways that work for me. So when I first started doing this, I just thought you had to fillet the actual breast off of the bone. And in doing so, I started realizing that can be really tedious because it's a very small piece of meat to work with, and they're very small bones. So you see here, I'm trying to struggle keeping the blade up against the breastbone of this dove meat, and you can easily slip, and it's just a very easy way to cut yourself. So I'm just showing you this is a method that works, but I'll show you a different method to make it much easier for you and just as effective. So in this method, you just take the dove breast and just kind of run your thumb along the back of that breastplate and just kind of start to separate the meat. And you can run your thumb against it. The meat is so tender that it pretty much just peels right off. So then you'll just take one side of the breast, peel it back, and start to pull it off the bone. Once you get it all off the bone, you can pull one side off, separate it from the bone. There you go. You got one side done, and you can see how it's cleanly coming off the bone, not requiring a knife, not requiring anything. Leaves you the dove breast nice and clean, and there's the bone, pretty much clean and dry. Now you guys can come up with different methods to take the meat off the bone. It's simple, it's not hard, it doesn't require a lot of work. I've taught women, children, men, everybody can do it. It's not a hard task. But here's a little secret. If you're gonna harvest your meat and prepare it for a meal, and you're bringing home meat and you're going taking time away every season to go out there and hunt, well, your family is kind of wondering, well, what is he doing with the meat? Well, if you bring home meat and you take the time to prepare it for your family and they enjoy it, they're going to encourage you to do it more often. And that's going to get you back out there on the field and have a little bit more grace, so to speak, so you can go out there and hunt and do the things you love. But you also get to enjoy this part with your family. For me, preparing a meal for my family is the best part of hunting. It's taking it from the field to the table or the water to the table and getting a meal for my family. When they enjoy it, I enjoy it more. I like to see their faces, and I like to see their smiles and their reactions to the different ways I prepare the meal. In this case, haven't quite decided how I'm going to prepare this dove breast. Typically, I just do bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers with some cream cheese. And I think I'm going to try a couple different things. I might do like a Cajun fry, and I think I'm going to try like a Jaeger Schnitzel plate where I will tenderize the breast, bread it, and make some type of mushroom Jaeger sauce, have some French fries on the side, and maybe a cucumber salad. A little nod to the German dish. But this is just a simple way of getting a nice dove harvest. Take the breast off the bone. It doesn't take a lot of work. There's no processing required. Just take it off the bone, get it real clean. And then we'll start a process on maybe what a marinade would look like or something. And you guys, there's not a lot you have to do to dove meat. It's like chicken. I mean, you don't do a whole lot to chicken to prepare it for a meal. You don't have to do a lot for these. But in this case, I'm going to do a special marinade. Let it sit in the fridge overnight. And then the next day, I'm going to prepare them for either my wraps or, tenderize them and kind of make a meal for those. Now, there's not a lot of meat in dove, but it's just the start of hunting season. It's the start of harvest. It's just great to start and kick off your hunting season. And if you're going to be a hunter year round and take advantage of all the seasons, why do you want to miss out on dove season? I enjoy it. I enjoy taking my harvest and putting a meal on the table. Now that we got all the dove breasts off the bone, just going to give everything a quick rinse, clean them off. Then I'm going to enter them in a little Ziploc so I can start seasoning. Okay, here we go. I got them in a Ziploc. I'm going to add a little W sauce. Get that Liam Perrins in there, just a couple tablespoons. And then I add a little bit of Italian dressing. Just a little bit. I don't need to overdo it, but this kind of does a good little seasoning to the meat, and it just kind of gets a good flavor. Mix that in with a little red wine. Again, you don't have to do this. It's something some people might say is a little too much, but again, I like my family to enjoy the meals. Once I get that prepared, get it all around the meat, put it in the fridge overnight, and then it's ready to be prepared for whatever way you want to cook it. All right, so you can see I got a mess here, but I'm chopping up all my veggies, prepping for all my ingredients. Starting off with a brown mushroom gravy. This will go over my Jaeger Schnitzel I'm going to try to prepare with the dove breasts. Mixing up my egg wash with a little buttermilk and egg. All right, so this is happening kind of fast, so I'm just gonna run through it. I'm gonna make a few poppers. I got my egg wash, I got my flour mix. I'm gonna do some schnitzel, tenderized dove breasts. I'll have a few jalapeno poppers, and I'm gonna do some regular fried Cajun seasoned dove breast, and we'll see how it comes out. Get a little bit of salt and pepper in the flour mix, and a little bit of salt and pepper seasoning on the meat itself. Actually added a little bit of garlic afterwards. Put a little Tony Sacchery in the flour mix, add a little hot sauce to the egg wash, and of course you can hear me sniffle, it got a little spicy. Mix it up. Start to flour mix to the egg wash, back to the flour mix, nice and coated. I'm also going to take this dove breast and do some dove poppers, jalapeno shell, cream cheese, dove breast wrapped in bacon. Now here in Texas, there's been a strong influence of German culture that dates way back to the early days. I thought about trying a German dish with a Jaeger Schnitzel twist, and I'll let you guys see it. So here's my attempt to a dove Jaeger Schnitzel plate. Got the Jaeger Schnitzel made with dove breasts, a cucumber salad, some fried dove breasts, pommes frites, and that cucumber salad is going to be a nice addition. So I'm not filming my face or anything, but nobody cares to see me. Everybody wants to know how this meal tastes. So let me tell you, this was absolutely delicious. So this is my Jaeger, my version of Dove Jaeger Schnitzel. Just a mushroom gravy over a fried dove patty. Absolutely delicious. That's a success. I'm gonna do that again. As a side dish for the Jaeger Schnitzel, I did a cucumber salad, fresh dill, cucumber, red onion, threw in some tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, and I actually mixed a little mayo in there just to give it a little creamy. This was absolutely delicious. My first time doing that. That was a hit. Of course, this is a nod to a German dish called the Jaeger Schnitzel, which is a German dish, and they traditionally have pommes frites or French fries on the side. With that, I did a Cajun fried dove breast. And then of course the traditional dove popper. Now this is covered with a candied jalapeno jelly. Dove Jaeger Schnitzel, fried dove, I don't know, we'll call them nuggets, a little Cajun, and then traditional dove poppers. These are 3 ways you can make your dove this season. Try them out. Let me know in the comments what works for you.